Man, he is having some kind of season. With that said, let's go to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Vance Honeycutt joins us, talk a little baseball and all that good stuff. First of all, Vance, seriously, man, every Monday we do the best of the weekend. I cannot tell you, it seems like for the last month, you're on the highlight reel on Mondays when we look back over the weekend. And it doesn't matter if you're hitting it, catching it, whatever the case may be, you're having some kind of season. So congratulations so far.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I mean, does it get to be like, hey, you know what? You hit it to me, dude. I'm going to catch it. I mean, because it almost seems like you're in a zone whether you got a bat in your hand or the glove. I mean, you're making so many plays left and right. It's almost ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all of the outfielders have been doing that this year. I think we've had 4 robberies in this, half of the season. So I think we're just very fortunate that, that those bounces have gone our way so far.
We're seeing some of them play out right now on the screen. I know Casey Cook's had one as well. There was another one that was a Sports Center top 10 play. I can't remember which it was, but in your humble opinion, whose has been the best home run robbery of the season?
Casey Cook, no doubt. I've never seen a ball jump out of a glove and he just catches it with his bare hand on the ground. That was crazy.
He even surprised himself. You can see he was like shocked he even did it. So let me ask you this question, because you can do both. What's better, hitting a home run in a big moment or robbing a home run in a big moment?
That's very close. I would say hitting a home run, but robbing one isn't too bad either.
Yeah, I got to figure the offense wins on that, unless it's a game saver, right? I mean, that's another thing, too, when you just absolutely rip somebody's heart out by just making some spectacular grab and you just smile at them, right? You just smile at them as if you routine, piece of cake, can of corn. Vance was like, yeah, right, whatever.
Well, one thing I actually did see is one of your Sports Center plays that was on Twitter. Drake May retweeted it, and he just said, Vance is that dude. I know you were a high school quarterback in North Carolina. Drake May is too. You're the same age. You both receive a ton of hype. There's no question about that. First-round picks, all that good stuff, have UNC in your blood. What's your relationship like with Drake May, if you do have one?
Yeah, so last semester we had our first class together. And then, it was the same this semester. We have a class together, and he actually lives like right down the street from me. So this fall we would go to Cookout a good bit and just kind of hang out on the weekends. So he's a great dude and a great football player.
Okay, I need some insight. What's the Cookout order? Now you have me curious.
Tray, plain cheeseburger, Cajun fries, and a chicken quesadilla.
Nice. A shake?
Oh, yeah. Mint Oreo.
Okay. I can ride with that.
I could do that like 3 times a day.
Sounds good.
You want to get right down to it. Vance, I know you don't know this, but I probably am the biggest San Francisco Giants baseball fan in the state of North Carolina. I am not going to take it personally that in the 20th round of the 21 draft, my boys picked you and you said, Chapel Hill is pretty nice. So I'm not going to take that personally, but how difficult was that for you, that decision?
It was, the draft kind of came pretty quick, just kind of late in the high school season, going into summer. And, it was kind of a sporadic moment. And, I've always wanted to come to UNC ever since I was a little kid. My dad played here, my mom ran track here. Both my sisters went here. So it was always a dream, and it honestly wasn't that, it wasn't that hard of a decision to turn that down and come here because this is where I wanted to be.
I know Chapel Hill is happy to have you because you come in as a freshman and have this breakout, outstanding season. Now you're receiving all of this hype even more than you were before. But how do you feel like you've grown and changed from year 1 to year 2?
Yeah, I feel like in the year of experience that I've had, I was young. It was all new. I was pretty raw. I didn't really know the game that well. I always loved the game, but I didn't really know the ins and outs. The outfield was new, and facing this kind of pitching that you see every day was new. So I feel like just a year of experience just kind of gives you just another year under your belt, learning from the guys in the locker room, and being with everybody. So I just think just growing as a player, being able to adjust to the pitching and, just trying to help out the new guys as well.
With that being said, do you sense there's a difference in the way people are pitching to you this year because of the success you had last year?
I think it's pretty similar to the way that I was being pitched at the end of the year last year. You can't really. It's hard to pitch around me because then you have to face Frick and guys like Alberto and Hunter Stokely. So our lineups, it's pretty dangerous, and whenever we all start clicking, it's going to be a scary lineup.
You mentioned your dad playing baseball. How much does that help as far as having a mentor per se? I mean, it's one thing to have the coach and your teammates and all that stuff, but with dear old dad and your relationship with the University of North Carolina, it's got to be pretty cool too.
Yeah, it's been a huge help. He knows how I work, how I in the cages, just things that click for me. So I feel like in high school it was more of a me and him, and now he's at home. So but he's always a call away, and if I ever have a question or he thinks that he sees something, he can just give me a buzz, and we can talk about baseball. We can do it all. So it's been a huge help.
What's the best piece of baseball advice that he ever gave you?
During the year last year, whenever I was struggling pretty hard, he just said, "You just need to play like you're a little leaguer and just have fun with the game." I took that and just kind of ran with it because it can be a lot of pressure in the situations that kind of amount in the game, and I just think that just taking it back to like your roots and just trying to have fun with it.
You say your dad's not there in Chapel Hill, obviously, and that you've grown just a lot as a player and a person from 1 to 2. So who have you really relied on there in Chapel Hill, your teammates that have really helped you along the most?
Yeah, I would say coming in last year, I looked up to Danny and Angel a whole lot. This year, I would say, Mac, I would say Frick, just guys like that who have been here for another year than I have, and just trying to learn from them, and just trying to also take what they teach me and try to teach the guys that are younger than me.
Vance, I know that you worry about who you're going to play next in the series and all that great stuff, but this league continues to be tremendous, right? And I know you got a sense of that last year as well. But, man, Wake Forest is playing lights out. Louisville's really good. Virginia's not going to cover off the baseball, as you well know. How would you describe ACC baseball to the outsiders?
Yeah, I would say it's about as good as it gets. The ACC has been really talented, ever since, at least the 2 years I've been around. I feel like there's no easy matchup. It's always a dogfight in the weekend series, and it's always fun to play those guys. Playing some of the guys that you grew up playing with, played travel ball with. So I think it runs up there with the SEC for sure.
For you personally, you're second in the ACC in terms of walks, tied for second in terms of stolen bases, which is something you're really outstanding at. How much pride do you take in doing the little things? Because you can step up to the plate and do what you do, but doing the little things, not everybody can do.
Yeah, I think it's a gift that I was given, I just think that not everyone has that. So just being able to utilize it every day is something that's really important, and not taking it for granted, and just trying to work on that and try to perfect it as best you can.
I don't want to force you out of North Carolina because you're enjoying the best time of your life, and everybody should enjoy college. But everybody that's in the baseball business says you're going to be the next big thing. And I know that you're trying to keep that thing grounded, and I'm sure dear old dad makes sure that happens, and coach and your teammates and everything else. But growing up as a kid, who was your team? Do you envision what this is going to eventually turn into for you?
My team is the Atlanta Braves. And growing up, they weren't always the best, but they've definitely turned it on the last few years. So it's been awesome to pull for a team that's winning the division year in, year out. So, but the future is the future, and you can't really focus on it too much. You just want to stay healthy and just hopefully put yourself in a good place. When it occurs.
And who right now playing Major League Baseball do you sit there and you say, you know what, my game kind of reminds me of fill in the blank.
Yeah, I try to model some things after Mookie Betts. Just the way he plays the game, the way his approach is at the plate. But you know, I'm not sure of a player comp for me yet.
He's one of one, Pack.
Well, first of all, Mookie Betts, I don't recognize him. He must play for some Japanese league or something like that as a San Francisco Giants fan. I don't know who Mookie Betts is. I was wondering if you're going to go somebody like Trey Turner, but I knew you wouldn't do that because he went to NC State. And again, another former guy that I think was playing in Japan or something like that. So I was kind of curious what direction you were going to go in trying to answer that question.
Yes, sir. You know, Trey Turner's an infielder, and I'm not an infielder, so I came in as one, but that didn't work out.
Dude, I know this, but you know, he can hit with power. He's got speed, great defensive dude with a glove. And like I said, every time I watch you play, you just, I mean, again, I love baseball. You are one of those guys that you can make something happen with a bat in your hand or wherever you are on the field. I mean, I just think that you're always going to make a play, and it's a testament to your skills. And again, like I said, I'm in awe watching you play.
Thank you.
I just like to kind of ask everybody this. What's your walk-up song this year and why?
I just changed it. It was Bigger Than Me by Big Sean, and I carried that over from last year. Some of the guys said I couldn't change it. And then we were playing GT last weekend, and a lot of the guys had like some really good rap songs. And, you know, I think it was just time, and I changed to a Migos song called Vaccine.
Okay. Do you feel a little bit different now at the plate with a new walk-up song? Does that really change what does it do for you mentally? You're not going to see me walking up to the plate anytime soon, so you're going to have to tell me.
It doesn't really change anything besides, you know, what you're hearing whenever you're walking up. I mean, my other song didn't really get anybody like hyped up, but I guess my new song could get like me hyped up a little bit.
All right, there we go. I like it. I like a change. Change is good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, listen, again, congratulations, man. You are some kind of player, and we're lucky to have you in the league. And I know North Carolina fans are thrilled you've got the light blue on as well. Good luck the rest of the way. Now with this huge series coming up, but man, the league being so good, the ACC tournament's going to be awesome. And I know that Omaha's on the brain, so we wish you the very best.
Yes, sir. Really appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Vance.
You got it, Vance. He is a player now. Let me tell you something.